Aries, welcome to your monthly reading in April. Happy birthday to you, for all of you having your birthday in the April season. Yes, I did the collective reading and there's a spiritual awakening. Is it your fault? That's what we want to know. That's what everybody wants to know. Is it Aries' fault? It's an amazing moment. And I was saying that the spiritual awakening on the collective reading, you'll find it linked you'll find it on our channel. But spiritual awakening can't happen through religion, it can't happen through business, and it can't happen through fashion. It's got to come through the individual. That individually we come to the same conclusion. That's what a collective spiritual awakening is all about, and it seems to be happening in this month of April. On the financial side, it's a bubble of energy, a bubble of finances that are coming through at the moment, like a new wind of change. But that bubble is not going to last forever, and you shouldn't. There's a particular way in which you should engage in this financial uptick, which we went into deeply on the monthly reading, to get the best out of it, because it's not going to last forever. So make hay while the sun shines. The energy is picking up as well, which we've seen on Cymatic TV. It does tend to drop out as well, which we were going into on Cymatic TV. And we're going to be going into a lot more about spirits, about guides, about energies and how and the spiritual sort of sense on Cymatic TV. So once that energy starts kicking back in, things start moving on a lot quicker, and it ties beautifully to your birthday season. So you can find Cymatic TV linked in the description below. It's also around my head at the end of it. So it just keeps you abreast of sort of what's going on in the energy world, basically. Let's just see what's going on for you for this month. Have a lovely reading. Overall energies here. Karmic message for your relationship side. Karmic message for your financial side. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Influence on the universe. Influence on past self. Influence on future self. And the general outcome. Okay. Let's just see what's happening for you. General energy, owning it. The Emperor. Yeah, you're very good at that, actually, Aries. The Emperor has a physical control over the environment. So this is the overall energy. I think this is where you are engaging physically in the world around you. And this could be in your relationships as much as within your financial world, but engaging in a physical world in a way that's sort of saying, no, I don't like doing that activity. I'm going to be doing that activity with Bob or Jane or whatever. It's not because you don't like that person, it's just you don't like the activity. And I think this is where you'll start owning, your destiny in regards to your relationships and stuff like that. And in your financial world, it's a very similar sort of thing. You could be working in a business and you're going for a promotion and you're sort of saying, well, I don't want to do that aspect of my work anymore because it's playing to my weakness. I want to play to my strengths, and this is where I want to be going in this company. And this opens doors for you. The same thing on your business or your projects. So owning the physical environment around you is really important, okay? On your karmic message on your relationship side here, I think once you start doing that, that's when you can start seeing what fruits are ripe, what relationships are ripe to eat from. And it's not just you eating from it, it's also sharing that fruit with people that are around you, sharing those activities. It's a lot of communications as well. In order to be the Emperor, it's much better that you have an empire that loves you being an emperor, rather than an empire that is feared of you of being the emperor, if you know what I mean. And this communication will really help streamline all of those sort of things. It will bring you to a place where you'll be pinching yourself and sort of saying, this can it get any better? Of course it can. Of course it can. That's what the spiritual awakening that is happening, on the collective, and it will get better. In the first week here, though, you get the 9 of Wands. This is what I was talking about, sort of saying, I'm not doing this activity, I'm doing this activity. This is where you're setting up the healthy boundaries. So you can create a scenario that is around you that brings in the best results, that helps you to follow your karmic path of what you should be doing, combining with other people. I will say that you've got 2 9s here, and this is pinnacle numbers. 10 is the the result, if you like. But 9 is this ultimate goal, ultimate here and now, more to the point. And it seems to be not only on your karmic path, but also on your first week here of setting up those healthy boundaries. Once you start doing that, you know, I've got Aries in my family, I've got Aries in my friends, and I know how good you are. And sometimes you don't like to show how good you are, you know, but I think you should. By just being, you know, clear about your physical engagement in regards to your relationships that are around you. And in the second week, this is what this is. So in the first week, you get the 9 of Wands. This is choosing that activity over that activity or whatever. And it's going to set you free. This is where you liberate yourself enormously in a very, very subtle manner, but in a very defined manner. It's very beautiful. It's not violent. It's not emotionally painful. You're really going after what you should have decided in the 3 months leading up to your birthday about what you want to be living in the coming future. And now you're starting to break yourself free from the planning and getting on with the action. You got 3 9s now. When you break free from a situation, and this could well be someone, it could well be within relationships, it could well be, you know, someone around you who's a little bit narcissistic and just sort of like entrapping you in something, yeah. And in the third week here is when you're breaking free. You know, sometimes when we break free, it's incredibly daunting because we're now free. We're out. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And this is the week here where I think you're being tested in a way on whether you've decided to take your pathway, which is good for you, and put pay to any repetitive nightmares or being caught up in a relationship that's just toxic for you more than anything else. You know, I'm no one's judge. I'm no one's judge, and you know, some people just don't correspond to me. And you know, if we were trapped in a room together, we'd probably, you know, not get on after a while in a very bad way. But you know, I wouldn't choose to be locked in a room with them then. And I think that's what that's all about. You know, so 3 9s. You know, 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. That's 1 and 8 is 9. 3 times 9, 27. 2 and 7, 9. You know, 36, 9. You know, 45, 9. It's always 9. And this is why it's a pinnacle thing for you at the moment. An overall outcome, which is a beautiful card. This has been coming out, literally everybody's had this card. And this is about that whole sort of like, what you've filtered in the past, you're now taking hold of the sweet stuff, the beautiful essence of what you're putting into practice over the beginning part of April, of what you're putting into practice. You've collected it all into one cup, and now this is your cup. This is you, and this is how you are sort of presenting yourself to the world around you, or engaging in the world around you. It's a whole new you that is coming to flowering, or coming into fruit, as it were. And I think it's an amazing freedom, escape to freedom story here on your sort of relationship side. I think it bodes very well for your future. Really lovely way in the future. On your financial side, this is where you're owning it. This is where you're creating it. This is that financial bubble thing that's going on. The thing is with the magician is using, it's on his table, he's got everything on his table. You know, he's got wands, he's got swords, he's got cups, he's got pentacles. He's got everything he needs to create any sort of incarnation that he wants, so therefore he can manifest things. And this is what's on your pathway here, to own it, to use all your resources around you in order to produce the results that you so wish to live. That is on your karmic path this month. Springing into action after your birthday, that's when you really kick off. That's when the energy comes back into your life. It's like a season. You know, the energy changes during seasons. In the first week, you have the King of Swords here. I think this is where you're following the evident path. You're out through your wisdom, understanding, and I think you've got a lot of knowledge and attributes that you can use that's going to serve you enormously for your future. And it makes you incredibly wise and makes you a point of reference. And I think within that point of reference there, that's when you can start realizing that you can manifest your pay rise or your promotion or your business or your projects. It's like here you're sort of saying, I don't want to play to my weaknesses because that's where I should be going. And that's why I want to play to my strengths. And this is where you start opening the doors to receiving what you need and want from this financial bubble, rather than getting immersed in it. In the second week, once you start manifesting and things start really sort of playing into your favor, yeah, it's going to allow you to dream. But there is something that goes on here, which it almost comes out to you and sort of saying, you can now dream about things that are becoming possible, rather than having illusions over things that are impossible. And what you focus on, you can start manifesting in your life. But you have to be realistic about it. There's no point just sort of as a magician saying, well, in that case, I'm only going to use fire on that table. I'm only going to use the wands on that table. Then you're going to be the Ace of Wands, or you're going to be the Ten of Wands, or whatever it is. You're not going to be the magician. And that's when you've got to be realistic about what you can actually engage in your life, in your material life. And this could be like personal projects as well. You have to engage every aspect in order to get there. And that's when you're going to realize what is possible and what is not. The devil is in the detail. Once you own your pathway going forwards, because if you have done the planning, like we say in the Astroflower here, the last 3 months before your birthday, it's saying goodbye to everything that you don't want, saying hello to everything that you do want, saying hello to new things in your life, changing a lot of things and having a plan for the coming year. Now is in this third week, so we're coming out of Aries season. It's now getting into the finer details of actually doing here. And I think here as well, this what's going on over this 2-week period within your financial world is if you are dreaming, if you're turning around and sort of saying, I want $20 billion, that's not possible. You couldn't even win it on the lottery. You're not going to get that. And that's what the devil is offering you up pathway, sort of saying, I think you go down there. But if you take a good look at it, and if you really own your future, you're going to be able to turn around and say to the devil, nice idea, but no, it's a dead end road. I'm going to follow on my path and go on for the things that are worth it. And that's what the finer detail is all about. And that's when you step into a whole new world. That's when you step into a new job, a new business, a new project, whatever it is. The best thing about this card here as well is that the world is a Capricorn card, and it has all the elements on that table in the sky. That's what all the elements is on the magician card as well. Manifest your future here, and you are manifesting it. And you have everything at your disposal to take this to a completely another level. Excuse me a second, I just need to check whether it's still recording. Apparently, yes. So, yes, let's just do a bit of a clarification on the Light Seers cards. I hope you do appreciate these readings. I hope you get the best out of them. I hope it helps you out, in all senses. Knight of Wands, that's another favourite for this monthly reading, I'll tell you. Owning your environment is going to secure your environment. And in this environment is not just about passions, it's also the way in which you do it, the rhythm in which you do it, the action that you are creating that is around you. And I think this is what you're trying to manifest in your life. You're certainly manifesting it on your financial side, but on your relationship side, It's for you to break yourself free and really own your sort of future here, as I've said earlier on. On your relationship side, this is where you get the Ace of Cups. It's on your karmic path. This is what the influence is all about. It's influencing these multitudes of possibilities that are within your life around you and trying to distill it all down to the sweet stuff. And in order to distill it down to the sweet stuff, you're going to need those healthy boundaries. And those healthy boundaries are going to free you up in an enormously beautiful way. Yeah. Yeah. Queen of Cups with that. It's all about your emotions. What your emotions are sort of saying to you, yeah, I'm going to do that. That's worth doing. And sharing those emotions with people that you appreciate. And that's what I'm saying. Choose one thing over another. That's what it's all about. Allowing your emotions and your life to be infectiously joyous with everyone that is around you. That's what's going to bring you the success. And it's going to break you free as well. Happiness after difficulty. Free yourself up. There is so much joy to be had here. It's unbelievable. It's simply because you're owning the situation, you're really taking control of the situation, which is, that is what that is all about. The Emperor card. And yeah, it's going to come up and test you in the third week. It's going to test your mettle. It's going to test whether you've really got what it takes to be happy and to be at one with everything that is around you. Yeah, there is a degree of procrastination. There is a degree, I think in the third week here, there's a bit of doubt that comes into your life. And as I said, I think it's about testing you. And I think this has to do with the spiritual awakening that's happening on the world around us. And this is making you look really deep inside yourself. And as it's deep inside yourself, it's now time to get on and do. And in this first week, and that third week there, it may be just kind of going, okay. And there may be a little bit of procrastination going on there. So I would be very attentive about that, about how it's testing you, but keeping your eye on that Ace of Cups, keeping your eye on the goal. You're going to love this because it's planning. It's all about planning, organizing, traveling, going off on a mission, getting that Two of Wands there, getting your passion in alignment with passions with everything else. You've already got that one wand that's secure, that's behind her there. It's like that realization. And I think that's what comes in there and in there. And you're owning it physically. And she's got that one wand that is that behind us. Now she's kind of saying, where do I take this with my passions? How do I engage my passions in the world that is around me? And that's all about choosing how you invest in life, what activities you do. You're not sort of saying, I'm not going to go and play that because I don't like Dave or Beverly. Dave and Beverly, if you're watching, there's nothing against you. I don't actually know Dave and Beverly. I think I know Dave, but I don't know Beverly. But anyway, nothing against you, just using it as a fictitious name. Don't forget about that, because you're going to realize that there are people that it's not because you don't want to be with them, it's just that you just don't want to do that. It's not conducive to your life anymore. And that's spiritual awakening. With the Magician cards, you get the Five of Wands, being the best example of yourself here as well. I think this is a learning curve as well. Learning how to, sometimes we can do things and we can sort of kind of go, I want this job, and then this other person wants this job, and they've got, they're having a hard time in life, and you kind of think, so I let them get that job. You could do that. That's really nice. But I don't necessarily think you're really helping that person. You shouldn't give promotions or jobs or opportunities, well, not necessarily opportunities, but promotions and jobs and stuff like that, just because of it's nice. That sounds really horrible, really, doesn't it? But it's realistic, because that person may not be capable of doing the job, which then puts in jeopardy everybody else's job. Offer them a job, yeah, sure, but you've got to go after your promotion. You've got to go after your business. You've got to go after your project, and you've got to manifest it. And I think with this manifestation that you're doing here and using everything around you is going to bring out the best example of yourself. Yes, and I think you're going to be determined about it. And yes, I do believe you're going to have to defend, in a way, your pathway. I don't necessarily see much in the way of conflict. There may well be, you know, sort of like business, healthy competition. That's what I want. That's what I think you're going to realize. There's good, healthy competition. Your wisdom, your knowledge, your understanding, your attributes, your what you have in your life gets you into alignment with yourself, and also the possibility of a promotion of business and job gets you into alignment with that, because you're playing to your strengths. You're playing to your what you love. And then all of a sudden, once you start doing that, then that's when you start realizing what is possible in your life. And this is where the mission starts coming into play. You can define that mission within realizing what is possible and, you know, what is an illusion. And I think that's what happens in the second week here. And that helps you to own your future in a most beautiful way. Your success is determined on not being distracted from your pathway by life, by, you know, manipulation, and also concentrating on the finer details. Then you get the Six of Pentacles, which is all about owning it and getting that security through that Knight of Wands as well. And you get the did I say Six of Pentacles? No, it's Six of Wands. Sorry, I do apologize. That's when you get the success. And that's when you step into a whole new world. This is when you're getting this job offer, or getting that business that's open, or that project that's possibility. And it's a whole new destination. Look at that. You get the Queen of Swords, King of Swords at the bottom. You've got the Knight of Swords as you go through in the second week. And in the fourth week, the overall outcome, you get a whole new, this is this job offering, and a whole new, you are now taking a direction. You are now taking control of your situation that is around you. And once you start doing that and you start taking that direction, that's when you create anything you want. That's when you can really start manifesting, you know, the success that you so deserve, I think, Aries, more than anything else. There you go. Thank you very much for being here with us. I really do appreciate your support you give to the channel. I hope you get the best out of these readings. I really do. If you want to know anything about the energies, chakras, auras, universal energies, prana, earth energies, everything like that, you'll find that on Cymatic TV. Absolutely lovely to see you there, or see you here again. Whichever way it is, it'd be beautiful to see you again. That's all for me left to say is, in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.